Okay, let's get started talking about my best tips for the end of the year because you don't need, correct me if I'm wrong, you don't need any more work at the end of the school year than you already have because it's crazy. And for those of you who aren't teachers, just know that in the teaching world, the end of the school year is just as bad as the beginning because we have a lot of paperwork that's happening. We've got report cards, we've got assessments, we have often performances and graduations and special events. Usually in public schools, they keep those field trips down until the very last few weeks of school so they don't conflict with state testing. And then you've got picnics and volunteer appreciation lunch, teacher appreciation. It's just the list just it gets crazy. It's way worse than Christmas. So and then you just have all the other stuff that comes along with the end of the year. So it's a very crazy time of the year for many of us. So I wanted to share some resources with you that can make your life a little easier because remember, I am all about helping you teach better, save time, and live more. And the first one is it's a free printable. Yay, free printables. Tap the screen if you like freebies. This one was developed a couple years ago with one of you all. Maybe she's watching today. But this was a teacher request, and she wanted help sending something home for the end of the school year. And I had sent home many different things over the years, packets, nursery rhymes, and things like that for rainy days or for family vacations or whatever. Nothing that was ever like mandatory or anything like that, but just kind of a review of things that we had done. But she was thinking along the lines of getting the parents involved in some way, and so we did a printable summer bingo. So it's something that you can print out and you can copy and send home with your kids, and then they can read the books and different things that are on the bingo, and it's something that the parents would obviously have to read to them. But it's a freebie. If you're looking for something to send home at the end of the school year with your kiddos that's age appropriate, it's not a worksheet or anything like that. It's a printable bingo where the parents can read it with the child and then they can do the activities on the bingo game. And there, Tom just dropped a link to it there for you as well. Jennifer says the end of the school year is nuts. The paperwork, the conferences, that's the one I forgot. Thank you, Jennifer. Graduation, the push for summer, yes. And then I remember my summer packet used to take me like a week to put together. Who has an extra week of time for that? We don't. So, hey, Lisa from Florida. Hi there. Kristen from Arizona is here. Vicki from Altoona, Pennsylvania. Erie, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is representing tonight. Janice from Florida. Hello from Tokyo, Maryland. Hello from Dallas. Amber wants to know, does anyone have a handout to give to parents for reassurance that their student is ready for kindergarten? Well, Amber, that's a good question. And at the end of the school year, usually that's a time when we have parent conferences. And so that's the time when I would, sit down and go over, things with the parents. And then at that time, I would answer their questions face to face and talk about kinder readiness and all that. Because sending something home in that black hole called the backpack is, it's a waste of your time because it will never be seen. This problem cuts across all socioeconomic levels. It doesn't matter if you work in an affluent school or an at-risk school or anything. It's just parents don't look in backpacks. Pinning it to the shirt, all that doesn't work. So sitting down face to face is going to be your best bet. And that's when I share that kind of information with my parents. The answer to your question is I don't have a specific printable, but I do love the book by Deborah J. Stewart from Teach Preschool. It's called Ready for Kindergarten. So if parents want reassurance about if their child is ready for kindergarten or not, I think that is my very best tip that I've been giving parents. And teachers as well. So if you have parents, maybe they're considering redshirting, that might be what she's talking about too. Redshirting is a very hot topic. And I would read Ready for Kindergarten by Deborah J. Stewart or recommend to the parents to get that book because it's very enlightening and it's very helpful and it's written in a very friendly style that everyone can understand. So the first tip was the printable summer bingo. If you would like to send something home that's age appropriate, it's fun, it gets the parents and the kids involved, there's no worksheets or coloring involved. get that free printable bingo that you can send home with your kids. And it has the titles of the best books. And that's a question I get from a lot of teachers and a lot of parents. What are the books I should be reading to my kids? So it has the high quality picture books on there. The next one is field day ideas. Now, I don't know about you, but in my world, and in a lot of other teacher worlds out there, the end of the school year, there's usually, in addition to all the things that Jen and I were just talking about, there is, graduation, and there's all these different things. There's often something called field day. It's called something different wherever you go, but it's a day of just all outdoor activities and play. And it's a problem if you work in a setting where not everything is appropriate for the age group that you work with. So for example, I was in a public school in a building where we had pre-K through 5th grade. And so when they said field day, they were talking about all kinds of athletic events that my kids were too small to participate in, and they weren't appropriate. So, and it wasn't safe to have my 4-year-olds on the playground with the 5th graders who are like 6 feet tall. So we always had a hard time because on field day, and sometimes they had water day and they would have, a bounce house, but it was like just a free-for-all with all grades in there. And I was like, they're going to crush my pre-Kers. So anyway, we came up with some of our favorite age-appropriate field day ideas over at Pre-K Pages. So Tom will drop a link to that for you here. So if you're looking to put together an age-appropriate, that means preschool, pre-K, kindergarten field day event, that's just an outdoor activity day, a day filled with nothing but fun outdoor activities, but in a more directed, focused way. Not just a complete free-for-all. Then go ahead and check out that field day post over at Pre-K Pages. So we had to kind of come up with our own, if we wanted to participate when I was in my school, we had to come up with our own activities, because a lot of times they would have stations and the kids would go from station to station. They'd have a station where they did water play and a station where they did this and that, and none of it was appropriate for our age group. So these are some ideas that are appropriate. So check those out. The next one is keepsakes. So that's just add that to the list of all the things that we do at the end of the school year, in addition to parent conferences and the field trips and the graduation and the report cards and the parent conferences. Field trips is another one. There's a post over at Pre-K Pages. I think I forgot to give Tom a link to that one, but there's one about field trips. So if field trips are something that you do at the end of the year, but you struggle to find age-appropriate field trips for your kids, I have a whole list of my favorite field trips that are age appropriate for preschool and kinder over at Pre-K Pages. Now, because we're a global audience, none of them are specific to your area, so there's no links to like where can you go in Canton, Ohio or something like that. That wouldn't be prudent to all of our followers, but they give you ideas of places to look for in your area, so check that out. But the other thing we do is keepsakes. So tie-dye t-shirts. Now, last year we had Holly Homer on from Kids Activities blog, and she and I did super simple tie-dye shirts on the show here on the Pre-K Pages Facebook show. And this is definitely something you can do with little kids. It's Sharpie markers and a squirt bottle, and it's super, super, super easy. It's something you can do outdoors, because obviously Sharpie markers are permanent markers and you're going to be spraying stuff on them and it might get messy. So I would do it outside, then hang them on the fence, the school fence, to dry. But super easy. So check out, and there's different methods for doing tie-dye. So you can see all the different methods there on the post at Pre-K Pages if you want to make keepsake tie-dye shirts for your kids. Our school did these in kindergarten. The kindergarten teachers would make tie-dye shirts most years. And it was so fun to see those kindergartners come back in 1st grade, and they would wear their tie-dye shirts, and it would remind them of their kinder teacher, and they would run down to the kinder classroom and they would show their kinder teacher that they were wearing their shirt in 1st grade. It was so cute, but definitely fun to do, and it's a great memory. It doesn't cost as much as getting, printed shirts for your class, right? And they're involved in the creation of the shirt, so it's even more meaningful. So check that out. And if you are one of those poor, unfortunate souls like I was, who has to pack up their entire classroom before the last day of school and check out my favorite packing tips. And if you don't have to pack your entire classroom up for the end of the year, then you are blessed, because I always, in addition to all the things that we've talked about already that come with the end of the year, I always had to pack my classroom up as if it was going to be airlifted to another country the next day. You know, everything had to be taped shut, everything had to be put away, everything had to be secured because they used our building for summer school. So it's a huge hassle. So check out my best tips for packing up. Tie-dye, tie-dye, dye. That doesn't make any sense. Yes, let me just go back and scroll through the comments real quick. Hi, Sylvia. Wonderful, welcome. Deborah J. Stewart, author of Ready for Kindergarten, Amber. Hi, Gabby from Costa Rica. Jennifer is here. Jennifer came to our teaching tribe meetup. Hi. She says she just walked in the door and got up. It was so great to meet you. I'll talk more about the meetup at the end. All right. How to make a video for parents. This is one of the #1 questions I get at this time of the school year. Everyone wants to make a DVD for the parents. It's become a big thing in the last 10 years or so. And I'm here to tell you that that's too much work, okay? Just stop, take a deep breath, in and out, and don't make a DVD. Instead, there are tools that can make this so much easier, okay? There's an app. So go to how to make a video or how to make a slideshow for parents. That's a blog post at Pre-K Pages. I walk you through step-by-step how, like I think it's a $4 app. You can make a slideshow for your parents in about 10 minutes. And you can share it with them digitally without having to buy and burn a bunch of DVDs. It's 2017, and I don't even own a DVD player anymore. Everyone streams Netflix. Nobody has a DVD player. It's going to be like giving your kids a cassette tape, okay? Within 2 years, I don't know if DVDs will still exist. I'm sorry, Redbox, but that's true. It's like giving your kids a cassette tape, really, or an 8-track. So just don't do it, okay? And take my advice and save yourself oodles and oodles of time and use an app. Even if you don't use that app that I have in the blog post, there's others out there that will do the same exact thing. So don't worry about what app that you're using. Just know that you can do it in an app, and you can do it really quickly. It's not going to take 2 weekends of your time sitting around burning DVD after DVD and then thinking about, okay, this child's parents are divorced, so he needs 2 CDs, and this child needs, you know, no, just no, okay, just N-O. So go to Pre-K Pages and read that blog post about how to create a slideshow. Ooh, Katie says they make tie-dye shirts every year. She's excited. Tina wants a link to the post about the printer, and Tom will get that for you. The best printer for teachers. Yes, there it is. He's very fast. All right. Another thing that I've done before, and I made a free printable for you for this one. It's a printable forget-me-not seed packet. So you print it out and you can put forget-me-not seeds in there, and then it's a little like a little gift to give to the kids at the end of the year, a little memorial gift, you know, that they can actually go home and they can plant these seeds and grow forget-me-nots and hopefully remember you. And it's especially sweet if you're not going to be able to see your kids again. So if they don't continue on the next year in your same school, it's a really sweet gift. And that's a free printable at Pre-K Pages, forget-me-not printable seed packets. And they're really great if you do a graduation to give out with the diploma. Just a general post over at Pre-K Pages about all the end of the year fun stuff that you could do. There's ideas for making your own graduation caps, for snacks, for a graduation party or end of the year celebration, all that kind of stuff. It's called My Favorite End of the Year Activities. Tom will drop a link to that blog post for you there. It's just like all my favorites in one blog post. And then, of course, we have the ultimate in a teacher time saver, the printable graduation party planning guide. And that is a new printable from Pre-K Pages. If you have to plan a graduation, and I don't want to get into an argument about whether it's appropriate or not appropriate to do graduation, because I've had this conversation with many teachers over the years, and it's simply not their choice. That's the end of it. Because when I was teaching, in the public school, I detested graduations. I still don't care for them at the preschool level, but I was in a situation where I didn't have a choice. That's what my principal said we had to do, and therefore we had a giant one my first year in that school district, and it was complete with caps and gowns and hundreds of parents and like police directing traffic. It was crazy, and it definitely wasn't my choice to do that, but it was something I had to do. And then other times I was in other schools where it was verboten, we didn't do it. It's not allowed. And other times it was like, yeah, do something fun, and at Head Start it was a picnic in the park. So everyone's different. Everyone has different rules and regulations where they work. And I know that many of you are in situations where, in addition to all the other things you have at the end of the year, you have to plan a graduation, whether you want to or not, whether you like it or not. So why not help you save time, teach better, and live more with the printable graduation party planning guide? So that is an editable packet. Part of it is PDF, which has the instructions, the step-by-step instructions for planning your graduation party. And then there are all the printables that are editable. So you can type in the details of your graduation. You've got a program there's a sample, and then you can type in your own text so that you can make it customized to your own event. There's a speech if you need a speech. I've written a speech. You can use it as is, or it's also editable to make it your own. So everything that you need is there. Tom will drop a link to it, and that's going to save you a lot of time at the end of the year for all the other stuff that you have to do, right? All right, so let me catch up on comments. Lori says she did the forget-me-not seeds for her kids 20 years ago. She got them donated by a local seed company. Great idea, Lori. It can't hurt to ask, right? Wonderful. Kian says she loves how Tom helps me out with this. He is, yes. All right. Okay. Roberta says we have moving on day. Absolutely. Moving on day, moving up day, all of that is great. Jennifer says graduation planning guide. Yes, Jennifer, you're in the teaching tribe, so you can go and download that right now. It's already in the tribe for you. And if you're not a member of the tribe, that's okay, because you can buy it over at Pre-K Pages. All right. Tina says they have a big production too. Yes. And another thing, if you are planning for, the end of the school year, that means that as soon as the school year ends, most people think teachers sit around and eat bonbons all summer, but we all know that we don't. And I know that not everyone has the summer off. Everyone's situation is different. But if you're looking to start planning for the next school year, because there are two kinds of teachers. There's the early birds and the procrastinators, and the early birds are already planning for next year. And so you might want to get a copy of the Teaching Trailblazer if you don't already have one. It's my free 50-page pre-K curriculum planning guide or pacing guide that you can print out, or you can just keep it on your computer, and it helps you plan your entire year of pre-K. It has the sequence of all the different things that I teach and all the different skills and all of that. So that's going to be very helpful to you. And also, for those of you who may have a new colleague joining your grade level next year, and if you haven't already, you're going to want to get it for yourself, my free ebook called Pre-K Teaching Hacks, 7 Simple Ways to Save Time in the Classroom and Get Weeks of Your Year Back. So read that before the first day, right? Before the first day of school, and you'll already save tons and tons of time. So that's my free ebook. Go ahead and get a copy for yourself. And if you have any new teachers joining your grade level, you're going to want to give them a copy too. All right. So thanks so much. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. And I do have a big announcement that I wanted to let you know about. First, let me just tell you a little bit about the Teaching Tribe meetup. We met in Tampa, Florida on Saturday, and we had 12 fabulous teachers from all over the state of Florida. They came from all over, and we met at a restaurant in Tampa. And we had door prizes galore. We gave away 5 one-year subscriptions to ESGI. We had an autographed copy of Eric Litwin's new book that will be released tomorrow. So it was an advanced copy signed by Eric, and it's called The Nuts Keep Rolling, if you want to check that out. We had Nancy Kopman from Music with Nancy. Tom, if you want to drop a link to Nancy's site for everybody there. She donated 8 CDs. And Lavana Roth from Ignite Your Shine was there, and she donated a bracelet for everybody, in addition to 3 of her premium bracelets and then 2 t-shirts. So everyone came away with more than one prize. So we had lots and lots. And I gave away, we had Target gift cards, of course, everyone's favorite dollar spot. And we chatted, we had some great food and lots of fun and lots of pictures. I'll share some here on the Facebook page soon. I just got home yesterday afternoon and I'm still getting my bearings here. So the next Teaching Tribe meetup will be in July in Grapevine, Texas during the Frog Street Splash Conference, but you don't have to be registered to attend the conference in order to come to the meetup. But my big announcement is that I'm going to be absent here from Facebook Live for just a little while. On Thursday, I'll be having a very routine outpatient procedure, and I won't be able to be live. I'm not going to be live Wednesday night, and I'm not going to be live at all the following week, next week. So I want you to tune in that following Monday, and if Tom knows the date, I have no idea what that date is, he can drop it in the links there. I'll be back on that day. So I want to let you know so that you're not anticipating or wondering what happened to me. But I do have a lot of great things planned for when I return. So things like that meetup I talked about in Dallas, and then we'll have others on the East Coast and the West Coast afterwards. And then I have a summer professional development course coming out for everybody, of course, available to our tribe members, but also available to the public. Lots of new printables, including those enhanced fillable forms and premium bundles that include detailed lesson plans. So we have a lot of great things, and our book study, our summer book study, will still be happening over in the Teaching Tribe. So lots and lots of great things are planned for when I return. I'm going to come back even stronger and better. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. And if you liked these tips and you found them helpful, I hope you do me a favor and share the broadcast. And you can do that in any way that you see fit by either tapping the screen, sharing, tagging your friends, or whatever that may be. And if you want to know more about how you can teach better, save time, and live more, then you're going to want to check out my premium membership site for teachers just like you, teachers of preschool, pre-K, kindergarten, Head Start, in-home childcare, and more. And it's a place where members have access 24/7 to all of the paid printables from pre-K pages. It's more than an $800 value. And then we have our supportive community, a safe haven for asking and answering questions. It's for new and veteran teachers alike. Then we have our monthly trainings. There's 2 every month with me, and they each come with a certificate of attendance for 1 hour. Then we have our book studies and all of our fabulous meetups and giveaways and prizes and so much more. So it's not open right now, but you're going to want to put your name on the waiting list if you're not already a member so that you can get in next time for sure. So Tom will drop a link to that in the comments for you below. Just go over there to that link and add your name and your email into that form, and the next time we open the doors, you'll be the first to know. Make sure it's your best email though, because we only open those doors for a few days, and if you don't check that email address very often, then you might miss out. So thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to tune in when I come back from my short hiatus, and then I will be back to my regularly scheduled broadcasts. One of the first broadcasts when I come back will be live with Eric Litwin at the Dallas Children's Museum. So make sure you stay tuned for that. So thanks everyone for watching. I want to thank everyone tonight, and let Tom do the broadcast, says Lori. We'll see what Tom says about that. He did agree to come on screen with me at some point. Of course, he probably will deny that now, but yesterday he did say that. Um, Colorado sounds like a nice central location, Roberta. I might consider that. Uh, I will be fine, Kelly. Thank you. And you know that Tom will take good care of me. Tom, Di is the one who said Tom could broadcast. Yes, I knew that you had something to do with that, Di. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you, thank you. May 1st, says Tom. Okay, yeah. Well, I'll be back actually the 29th on the Saturday for an impromptu broadcast. Well, not impromptu, but not a regularly scheduled broadcast with Eric Litwin at the Dallas Children's Museum. That'll be my first day back. All right. Okay, guys, thanks everyone for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your week and use those tips to save time, teach better, and live more. And you can make it to the end of the school year because April did, right? She made it to the end of her pregnancy. You can make it to the end of the school year. You got this. Bye, guys.